Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition, another episode of Cageside Live. My name is Matthew Roth. I'm joined, as always, by Sean Rueter. You can reach him on Twitter at S1Rude, and I'm at MattRoth512. Before we get into talking about Monday Night Raw, I just wanted to explain why we took off last week. When we've said that we're not going to be missing shows, we're not going to be missing weeks. For the past year, my dad was battling lung cancer, and there was times when it seemed like he was going to be beating it. It went into remission in January, and then in June, it came back, and I got a phone call from my mom in the end of June saying I have to move back from Austin. That's why I'm back in Jersey. My dad passed away, and it's kind of a weird situation right now. I didn't really talk about it with many people. If you follow me on social media, that was where I was mostly talking about on Twitter, but a lot of people didn't know. And Sean, he didn't really know, and that's why we scheduled the podcast for last week. I just wasn't in the mindset. Right now, I'm trying to get back into some sort of regularity. So that's why we're back. I appreciate that everybody was like super understanding. But yeah, that's why we didn't do the show last week. We are going to be back. We are back. We're going to be doing a show after SummerSlam, and we're going to do shows. Probably, maybe, if it doesn't suck. And it depends on what time we have to get. The show ends, and if Sean wants to go to sleep or not. But yeah, that's what happened. Thank you guys for understanding. I know that I say it on Twitter. I love the Cageside commenters. You guys are great. And thank you everybody for understanding, including Gino, who was amazing. He was talking to me a lot about it because he works at Mania, and I used to work at Mania. That's totally different. I'm no longer working for SB Nation. But thank you everybody for understanding. We are back. This is an episode of Cageside Live, but as we always do, Sean, how are you doing, sir?
I'm all right, man. I'm glad to have you back. I didn't know too much about the situation. I knew a little bit, but that's my thoughts have been with you and will continue to be with you, and we'll plow through. It's kind of a weird night. There's a lot of crap going on in the world in general that I had a hard time focusing on Raw, and I know you've got some stuff you want to talk about. We'll talk about after wrestling that's going on. I hate when real life gets in the way of my fake fighting. You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, you know what? Like, this was a weird day, and we had the death of Robin Williams, which that's kind of fucking me up. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, apparently, especially if what they're saying is true, and that he was just so. I mean, if you're depressed, everybody, talk to somebody about it before you do anything else. Yeah. That's all I can say on that.
Yeah. I mean, it's Gino's been talking about it on Twitter, and I've talked about it. You guys have no idea how much it helps just having somebody say, I care. Like, I've dealt with depression. Gino has said that he's dealt with depression. Just having one person say, I care can... Like, you have no idea how much that can help somebody, and so it's the Robin Williams thing. It comes as a shock, and it really like for me it kind of hits a little bit closer to home. One, because I've dealt with that, but also because Robin Williams is my dad's favorite actor. So it was like, oh, awesome! That's truly the end.
Yeah. Thanks, universe, for that reminder.
Thanks, universe. It was a weird day. It was a weird day, and this episode of Raw was not great. Like, usually I can count on pro wrestling, and I think we all can, to kind of, distract us from what's going on in real life. And tonight's episode of Raw wasn't good enough to distract. Like, it was just kind of like it was there. I was watching YouTube videos at the same time.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on Twitter talking about '90s boy bands. So.
Yeah, no, S Club 7.
Yep. So I don't know exactly what I have to say about much of this show, but let's find out.
Yeah. So, John, I actually missed the opening, the show's opening.
Oh man.
Did I miss the best part?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, unless you think something can top rapping Paul Heyman, I don't know.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah, Brock and
oh.
Paulie came out to start, and again, Brock doesn't do much talking. I don't think he talked until he said what he said at the end. But it was more of the same, guaranteeing the victory and those things. And I think I've got this written down, so I'm not going to be able to deliver it as well. But Mr. Heyman said, he's a 15-time champ. He likes to have his fun, but not at your expense, so let us school you, son. No, we're not from West Newbury. No, we can't hip-hop like you. My client is the conqueror. I'm just Brock's advocate and Jew. You see, my name is Paul Heyman, and my client is the Beast, and on the 17th of August, on your title, he shall feast. You don't like Paul Heyman, guys. You think their attitude's too smug. You gotta beat Brock's ass because you the doctor of the thugs. I mean, you've beaten all the best, but now Lesnar's on your plate. You say your time is now. Brock says your calendar is out of date. So here's some free advice with SummerSlam drawing near. Get it out of your damn system when you say the champ is here, because we're 6 days away from the West Coast's biggest arena where my client Brock Lesnar will conquer John Cena. And
Damn.
yet, and yes, Heyman did drop the mic after that was done. So that
No,
was.
no mention of lava, which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, but he got advocating Jew in. I mean, and surprisingly, they didn't show that part on the Raw replays later. I don't know why they cut that part.
That's really good. That's a really good opening segment.
Yeah, so that was that. Yeah, so that was where we got the whole "this is Brock's house and Brock's ring" thing that Cena called back to later, and
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah.
That
So
makes,
that was, and yeah, and he did say, and he also, there was always hope that Brock was going to show up at the end too, because he said something about not letting the party get out of hand because Brock was going to go have his dinner and be back or something like that.
yeah.
So yeah, it was good. It's good times with Paul Heyman.
Yeah, that sounds like I missed the highlight of the show.
Yeah,
Like, why do they need such a strong opener for the opening hour? Like,
I was getting ready to have people want Geno time back. You were almost going to get Shano time because if they would have ended without anything other than I thought they'd given us Lesnar at the start
I,
and Cena in the middle, and we weren't going to get anything else. I was ready to freak the fuck out,
uh,
but no, that anyway.
yeah. So I missed the opening. That was the opening. But we did get to see the return of Corporate Kane, which with no explanation, no reasoning. But he and Roman Reigns faces Rybaxel in a handicap match.
Yeah, I'm glad Corporate Kane's back. I would like something other than just I lost a lot, so here's my mask back. But hey, yeah,
They
I
didn't really do
guess.
like
They gave him his title back and everything. They were referring to him as director of operations again out of nowhere. Was he
yeah,
still?
but like
Was
but
he?
the past couple of months has just been like some sort of a weird nightmare.
That might actually fit his character, I guess. I don't know.
Like it's all an illusion. This match wasn't good.
No, no. I wanna argue with you on Roman Reigns, but I can't based on this one. The end. I don't. Yeah, I don't. They did a lot of endings that pissed me off tonight, and this was the first one. So
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing: they're trying their best to get Roman Reigns some ring time, and so like
mhm.
he's no longer the hot tag guy. So I appreciate what they're trying to do, but the problem is he's just not ready for it. You know, like he having him work with Curtis Axel. Axel is a great worker.
Yep.
He's probably one of the most technically sound guys on the roster. Ryback is a power guy, and so like you have that clash of like that Haas fight, so to speak. But like Axel should be able to carry Reigns, through something looking like a match, and it didn't work. Like I don't know. Like Roman Reigns has the look, he has the charisma, but he doesn't have the matches. And people keep bringing up, well, it worked for Hogan. Hogan didn't have the wrestling ability. It's a different era. Like people want to see actual real wrestling this time. Like at least something that looks like wrestling. Like you don't have to be Daniel Bryan, but if you can do something besides three moves, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I don't know where this. I don't know where Reigns ends up. I do. The more I see it, though, I think. I mean,
Like they get like
he's really hurt by the absence of Daniel Bryan because the plan wasn't. I don't think the plan was that Daniel Bryan would still be champion and Roman would still be simmering on the back burner somewhere. I don't know if the Shield would still be together or what, but he wouldn't be asked to be, the one angry
the guy
face.
already,
Yeah,
and like here's the other thing. Like they're still like they see money in him, and it's clear why, but the promo that he cut, it wasn't good. Like a lot of it just fell flat to me.
yeah. I don't. I mean, this. I don't. Yeah, I don't. The feud with Orton isn't really helping him. The way they've booked it is kind of strange, and it seems to me like, I mean, I think I don't know. I'm reading into it, but I feel like they're sort of getting the message that maybe they need to pump the brakes on him a little bit because they've hit. I mean, this is the first time we've seen him since he took the beating a couple weeks ago, right, or last week.
Yeah.
I mean, they've sort of hit him a little bit. He's still working these handicap match type deals. Um, yeah, I think they're pumping the brakes a little bit. So I mean, maybe that's a good sign. But yeah, this
And the
still.
thing is, there's no rush for him. Like you don't have to put him in the main event of WrestleMania this year or next year.
No,
You don't have to do
no.
that. You could say, hey, look, we don't want you to be another, we don't want you to be another Ryback. We don't want you to be another one of these flash in the pan guys that we push way too quick, and then you fall apart. Let's actually get you some real ring time because again, like his job in the Shield was a hot tag guy. That was
Right.
his entire. That was his job. Is that Ambrose does his thing. Seth Rollins is the spot guy. The crazy spot guy, the high spot guy, and then you know Roman Reigns does his three moves and then gets the pin. That
Yeah,
was his. That was his
and,
job. And so
and
you're easy to protect him.
even in the promos, his job was to say the one badass sounding thing at the end of them. He didn't even have to deliver like a full sentence. So
Yeah, he needed to say "baby girl"
yeah,
and
or
and,
believe in
and
the Shield.
or believe in the Shield, and like what happened to him wrestling Triple H which was what they were building towards. There's a lot of things that are going on with Roman Reigns I just don't get. Obviously, I still think that he has a future, but I think that it's pretty clear it's going to be a little bit longer than people expected.
Well, we'll see. I mean, the Triple H rumor is still that they might try to really load the Night of Champions card up, and he might get Triple H there. I think if that doesn't happen, or if they decide to go in some sort of weird booking direction there, that might be an indication that they're really slowing things down. Triple H hasn't had much to do feud-wise. He's been kind of the behind-the-scene guys behind Steph and behind Orton and Rollins. So we'll see if he gets involved or if they do slow that down. That'll probably be pretty telling over the next month.
Yeah, I mean the only other thing which I have to say is that just the line, whoever wrote his promo, and somebody did write it, just terrible writing anyway. Like the Viper that has his teeth punched out is
Yeah.
nothing but a worm. Like that's terrible. That's legitimately not. That's not a thing.
No, I think they just wanted to get to where he could say "believe that" or whatever he says it. I guess they're trying to get that over as his catchphrase now. So they were trying to. I don't know. I can't excuse it, but yeah, it was pretty horrible.
Wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ortman runs in the corporate cane in the back, and Orton is told that he's going to be facing Sheamus in the main event.
Yeah, Sheamus is still alive. Everybody, hey, look at that.
Still around. Seth Rollins and RVD. That
Hey,
happened.
hey, RVD is still around. Everybody, look at that. I thought this was an okay match. I mean, RVD looked like what was the rumor on him that he had like a flu or something?
I guess.
I don't know. He kind of looked sick, but the two of them seem to have decent chemistry. I thought it was all right.
They have decent chemistry. I think that Rollins is able to just work a lot of different styles to actually make it look like he has chemistry with people.
Yeah.
RVD has always been a super sloppy person.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like insanely so. And he was really fun to watch when I was a little kid.
Oh yeah, and he's still kind of fun to watch if you're worried he might hurt himself or somebody else. I mean, he just
Right.
he is not he doesn't work crisp, that's for sure.
No, he's just he's a thing.
Yeah.
He's around, I guess.
And then we got our only moment of Dean Ambrose after that, right? I mean,
Yeah, where Dean Ambrose comes out, attacks Seth Rollins, and then Dean Ambrose tells you to spend $9.99 on the WWE Network. Like,
yeah.
if this is the new thing, and this is really how they're going to be pushing it, uh, No, fuck them. Like, fuck them. This is so bad.
I think they're trying to get it over as a catchphrase. Like I said, and there were a few people I saw in the crowd tonight that had signs. Stranger things have happened. I don't know. But this show was as much about selling the network as it was about selling SummerSlam, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's true.
Yeah, I mean, Ambrose gets on the mic, and you know, why would he be pitching the network? Like, his character doesn't pitch the network. But then again, his character doesn't do you know, appearances, and that was what they said the other week. So they don't care.
Yeah, he's their new. He's best for business, except when it comes to titles and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So that happened.
Stephanie McMahon came out and introduced with Brie Bella and talked about Megan, Daniel Bryan's therapist, and apparently Daniel Bryan is cheating on Brie Bella
with
with Megan, and I'm really pissed that they didn't just have Katie Vick come out.
Or Claire Lynch from TNA. That was the other one that was like trending on Twitter because it's pretty similar to the story where they tried to convince AJ Styles he accidentally impregnated a alcoholic woman, but
this is so bad.
Yeah, I mean this is this show in a nutshell for me because they sort of redeem it at the end, but it still doesn't make up for how painful it was to sit through it when it was happening. And this is when I went full on into talking about Backstreet Boys on Twitter. So
you, Miss Lady J, and Gino were all talking about S Club 7.
Yes. Doors brought up S Club 7, I think. There was a few other people in there. It got weird, but the show wasn't doing anything to hold our interest. So
nothing. No. Like this show, like I literally was just watching YouTube videos. Like I watched Chocolate Rain. I haven't watched that in years.
Oh wow, I haven't even thought about that in years. I'm gonna have to watch that when we're done here now.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I was just watching shit that I haven't watched in years because this was an awful show. Awful show. And then we and then you know, Brie Bella beats up Megan and then puts Steph kind of sorta in a yes lock, kinda.
She tried. Give her credit. She's been working on something. Yeah. I guess if you're a bigger Stephanie McMahon fan than I am, which I'm not bashing Stephanie, but there are people, Chino, who are bigger fans of her than I am. She was kind of funny with taunting Brie with the moaning yes. I don't think it was very PG. There was certainly a lot of risque.
Not at all.
There was some double entendres going on there left and right, if you know what I mean. But
there was no double entendre. That was a straight entendre. That was
straight up.
One single entendre.
She was entendre and right in there.
and I like that Jamie Noble and what's his face? Freddie Mercury.
Oh yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
Joey Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. They're
that's right. Sorry.
They're the new Stooges. I hope that's actually their role as they become the new Patterson and Briscoe, because that would be amazing.
Those guys are getting more screen time now than they ever did in 2007 when they were on the active roster. So
they're getting more screen time now than Big E.
That's just depressing.
And Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier.
Remember all that time we wasted talking about that? Apparently,
that was going to be awesome.
That was going to be
nothing.
Awesome.
There was going to be like a new Nation of Domination, and we were so stoked. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, forget that. Remember that thing? Remember that thing you were excited about? Forget it.
But Jamie Noble and Freddie Mercury, they're on TV now, so at least we got that.
Gotcha.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And then Steph says, you know what? We're not waiting until SummerSlam. We're doing it tonight.
We're doing it now. Yeah.
And cut to commercial. Come back from commercial, and Jack Swagger is facing Cesaro because that's who he's currently in the storyline with.
Speaking of way back in a foreign time called like May, when Swagger was jobbing to Cesaro because the Real Americans had broken up and he was getting trashed and nothing was. Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, but apparently that's not how it is anymore.
Nope.
Apparently Cesaro just taps out.
Just taps out now. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's awful.
I don't know. I'm starting to get worried that Swagger's actually going to win on Sunday.
Worried, dude. He's representing America.
Oh.
Representing America.
So Rusev's going to join the Ryback Club of monster pushes that were derailed because
It's America.
because America.
It's America.
Okay, all right, fine.
Like, no,
Fuck
like,
everything.
but again, we've talked about it. Rusev eventually needs to lose.
Yeah.
You just don't want it to be against Jack Swagger.
Right, or Matt Swagger.
Matt Swagger.
I think he's Freddie Mercury's cousin, Matt Swagger. I guess. Well, I guess that's the whole problem with building up these stupid undefeated streaks when you don't have a long-term plan for them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna happen. So the flag match? They gotta capture the other guy's flag, or they gotta wrap him up in it, or.
Oh no, they're playing a game of Manhunt.
Okay, sweet. All right.
Or is it Sardines? No, they're playing Sardines. My bad.
Cool. Okay, I can get behind that then. That's fine. Yeah, I'm done with that feud already.
So bad. It's so bad.
I was done with it before it started, honestly, but now I'm really done with it.
And somehow Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho had a conversation.
Yeah, they did. Michael Cole was there for 7 seconds of it.
And then like they just had a conversation. They were just talking. Like there was no fight. They just sat down like adults and talked their issues out.
That's refreshing. They should show that at every Be a Star rally. this footage. This is how we did non-violent. They should show it to Alberto Del Rio, I guess, too, while we're at it. But,
ooh, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Like that's what they did. They had a conversation. And I hope that's how championships are won and lost now. It's just heated debate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So
and one guy should wear a suit for it.
Yeah, and then the other one just talks like this in a really low voice. Like, come on, like this is so stupid. And I know you're a Jericho Mark, so you think it's amazing, but it's not.
I don't think it's amazing. I mean, I think it's better than it gets credit for, and I think that in a like his feud with Punk, I think when we look back on it later, it'll be better. But in the moment, it's disappointing. And I said it when he came out. I mean, I thought he looked old when he first came back, and I don't think that he's phoning it in. I just don't think he's as crisp as he used to be. So we'll see. Well, they're supposed to get like 20 minutes or something. I think I read in the rumors on Sunday. So
yeah,
we'll know more then.
Speaking of worthless, AJ Lee versus Eva Marie, and Eva Marie beat the champion.
Yep. Yeah, as this was happening, I'm thinking if there's anybody that you should be able to beat while being distracted, it's Eva Marie. But of course, and I think that cover took about 7 seconds to get a 3 count. I don't know what was up with that, but
the referee was like, really? He was waiting for somebody from Gorilla just being like, no, seriously, that's the finish.
It was this was my problem with a lot of the booking. WWE thinks that wins and losses don't matter as long as the person that they want to stay hot beats somebody up afterwards, and it doesn't work that way. We're not sitting here talking about how AJ, Eva Marie is the worst saleswoman in America. I think she was starting to sell the beating before it started, and then she forgot to do it in the middle of the beating. But that's not what anybody's going to talk about. It's the fact that the champ lost to the total diva person. And that's I'm so tired of this. But Paige's rhyme was pretty sweet. I didn't write it down though. I'm sorry.
I didn't write it down either because I don't have to do that. Look, this is a feud. We're getting women's feuds, but the one that they put the brakes on immediately was Naomi and Cameron. So that's not happening. So we get 2 women's feuds. So we still get 2.
Yeah, and Summer and Layla made up, and they're friends now. So, yeah, the whole AJ Page thing, I wish they would let one of them actually be a heel or a face. This whole we're both crazy, but I'm crazy for the forces of good, and you're crazy for the forces of jealousy or something is not helping anybody.
Who's crazier?
An age-old question. Bitches be crazy.
They do be crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's Vince and Kevin Dunn's motto. They have it written on the wall.
like that's his motivate. That's the motivational words.
Yes, this is the carrot. That's what they tell AJ and Paige. Here's your motivation. Bitches be crazy.
Like instead of there's no I in team
Right.
or quitters never win, his just says bitches be crazy, and it's a picture of Kevin Dunn's buck teeth
I think it's written. I think "bitches be crazy" are written on his buck teeth, like right across there.
right across it. Like,
He's got some gold crowns that say "bitches be crazy."
like he has knuckle tats.
Yes, yes,
Fuck.
that'd be a good look for him.
Oh man.
Yeah. So Paige's rhyme was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Somebody went to a poetry slam this weekend, I guess, in WW Creative, and decided to have everybody cut rhyming promos. But anyway,
Yeah.
what happened next?
John Cena came out.
Oh yeah, was he mad?
Kind of. He was kind of upset, and he brought about how everybody comes out and they're like, you're all waiting for me to turn. You're all waiting me to turn. And he just doesn't. He doesn't. But he calls Brock Lesnar a pussy, or and like
he called him a punk, which probably started a whole other rumor about CM Punk coming back too.
Yep. Oh, hot take. That's going on in the rumor street.
That's it. Sean Rueter on Cageside Live says,
CM Punk's coming back.
I thought this was okay. I mean, I guess I don't know what else you could have seen to do at this point. At least we didn't get Jokey John with the Photoshop.
Right.
In this feud. So this is what you were going to get. He did his whole work shoot thing. I mean, he started when he said something about how he wasn't going to lay down for Brock, and you could take that however you want to or something, sort of playing with the fact that he would politic to win, I guess, and then he talks about the turn. The one thing I saw Gino brought it up on Twitter, and he's right, is that this whole promo really makes Bray Wyatt look like a punk, because that whole feud was predicated on Wyatt was going to turn Cena into a monster, and he couldn't do it, and now Cena is going to just willingly turn himself into a monster, because that's the only way to deal with Brock when he says he doesn't. He's implying that he didn't have to do that to beat Wyatt. But
look, I mean, here's the thing: they're not going to turn John Cena.
No.
So I mean, and in not doing that, they're completely limiting his character. Like. His promos are stale because of the fact that they're not adding any new depth to his character.
Yeah, and it's not.
And the thing is, like, what was it last year, or when he faced The Rock at WrestleMania, and that was his entire build-up was like, this was the worst year of my life, dude. If you actually committed to that, if you actually committed to it actually being the worst professional year of his life, like, boom. There's John Cena that I want to watch wrestle. I want to see him overcome those odds.
And that's it. That's what I was going to say. You made my point for me before I got there, is that it's not even just the heel turn. Don't turn him heel. That's fine. But show him experience some real adversity. Him yelling at me tonight, even though it was a good promo, it's a good babyface promo. I'm sure the kids ate it up. It doesn't convince. I mean, he's told us you're going to see a side of me you've never seen before. Bullshit, John. You only have one side, and we've seen it for the last 10 years. So don't blow smoke up my ass.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're not going to do it. They couldn't afford to have John Cena just get decimated at every single pay-per-view, but they need to. They need that to happen, or just like, or kind of a segue into the next segment. Just have him lose, like, just by distracted roll-ups.
Yeah.
What, just get him some losses where it's like, oh shit, I'm not focusing on this stuff anymore. I can't focus because Brock Lesnar's in my head. Boom. There you go. Or, oh shit, Bray Wyatt's in my head. Have fucking kids come down and do he's got the whole world during John Cena fucking, versus The Miz. And let The Miz get a roll-up on him. Just little shit like that would add so much to his character where he could say, I'm going to overcome the odds. Because then he can actually overcome the odds. When you win always, there's no odds. Like you're the favorite. And he's not even like a 2-to-1 favorite. He is a 1-to-1 favorite. Like you bet $1, you get $1, because like he's going to win. He's not. There's no line. He's going to win, and it sucks.
Well, and this is their chance. They're not going to do it, so I don't want anybody coming back and saying Sean said they were going to do it. I'm just saying if they wanted to, they fucked up the Cena's very bad year storyline when they had him go over Lesnar at Extreme Rules in whatever that was, 2012. This is their chance again, because one of the problems that I have with the potential of Brock Lesnar as champ isn't that he's a part-timer, it's that there's nobody on this roster that you would believe will beat him. The only person that they could build up to that point again would be Cena, but they need to tell a story where his very bad year starts Sunday night when he gets his ass beat. I mean, he can put up a fight. I mean, I want to see a match, but he gets his ass beat by Brock Lesnar clean, and then he struggles, and either he announces he's going to start at the bottom again, or he gets some roll-up losses because his mind's still focused on the loss to Lesnar, and let Lesnar only defend it for 4 times over the next year while Cena builds himself back up, and then at WrestleMania, maybe Cena takes it back to a big pop from his crowd, and maybe some more people, maybe people like you or I could get invested in him if we actually saw him struggle. But they probably won't do that. So
No, they can't, and it's not even that they can't do it; it's that they don't think they can.
yeah, exactly. They're afraid to.
They think that if he doesn't win, then and look, I mean, both Sean and I and Gino and everybody at the site knows why they're not turning him. Right? Like we're not stupid. And the reason why what we're saying wouldn't work really is because those Make-A-Wish kids matter more than us, and those Make-A-Wish kids want to see John Cena win.
Yeah, and it's the whole thing. You know, like if you go to a house show, the good guy wins at the end. That's what they're selling. That's what WWE's been selling for a long time, and they don't have somebody else that demographic will get behind the way they do him. Maybe it could have been Daniel Bryan if he hadn't had to disappear for at least 6 months, it looks like. But they don't.
They had it with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, but not to the same degree, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and I don't know if Bryan would even work for it because it is the WWE package is that guy that looks like Hulk Hogan or that looks like John Cena. He looks like Superman, kind of. You know, he's a big fucking dude who can kick people's asses, and it's not about. They like to sell the underdog story every once in a while, but they really like to sell the Superman story. And
right.
He's their version right now. And that's Reigns is our best hope for anything interesting coming out of Cena because they need somebody to take the Cena spot so that they can do something interesting with the old guy. So that Cena can do, I don't think it'll be a heel turn thing, but to do something like Hogan and the NWO that's interesting so because they have to have somebody take his place.
And you know what? I think that Cena, if you asked him if he was being genuine about it, because he's done interviews. He did the one with Stone Cold on you know that was a great interview where he's like the people that are getting you know the CM Punk chants during their matches and stuff, like you shouldn't get that, and if you're getting that you need to work better. I think that John Cena, he wants somebody to step up and so he doesn't have to be on the road 300 days a year.
Exactly, yeah. Even if he doesn't care about doing anything interesting with his character, I don't know if he does or not. But I think at this point in his, I think he's already starting to think about life after this.
Like his spot. Like I don't think that he's an egomaniac like Hulk Hogan, who was worried about his spot all the way into his 60s. I don't think that it's John Cena. I think that John Cena is just in a weird situation where he's such a needle mover in merchandise and pay-per-view and everything that he's stuck, and they can't go back to the Thugonomics. They can't. They can't do a lot of things with him because he is the only person that they have that truly moves merchandise.
Yeah, reliably, and he draws ratings, and he sells pay-per-views, and he sells tickets to house shows. I mean,
Yeah.
we can bitch all we like, but most fans pay to see John. Just like I wasn't excited about seeing Hulk Hogan tonight, I got a smile out of it, but that 62 years old, however the fuck old he is, he still pops a rating. That crowd was crazy for him tonight.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a different era than the Attitude Era when you had Stone Cold and The Rock were both moving merchandise, and then right below him was the DX shirts and the Undertaker merch and the Mick Foley stuff. Like all that stuff was selling, and it was all selling really, really well.
Right. There's no 1A to Cena. Like I said, it was
CM Punk. It was CM
That's
Punk.
true.
That was it.
That's true.
Which is why they gave the title to CM Punk for a year, and John Cena was able to do his
half, yeah,
whatever it was. They don't have that now, I don't know. I could talk about John Cena and all
Yeah,
day,
it's
but
well, and that's the reason why he moves the needle and why he's that guy. Because even us who are tired of him can talk about him forever. Because it's a fascinating role in the company. He's an interesting cat. I mean, he doesn't seem like a dirtbag, like you said. I mean, I think he probably politicked a little on his way up, but once he
probably
got there, he
doesn't
said,
have to anymore.
"Right, I'm here. What? I mean, somebody come and try to knock me off, and then maybe I'll politic." So
He's not Kevin Nash.
no, mm-mm,
You know,
no,
like this is a guy who genuinely I think enjoys being John Cena.
yeah.
And not the cashing in checks, though I'm pretty sure he's stoked about cashing in checks. He genuinely likes all the kids saying I want to
Oh
meet.
yeah,
That's John Cena.
absolutely.
Anyway,
All right, what happened next? That was our boy. That was our boy Jern.
so Stephanie McMahon and Brie were supposed to have a match, but unfortunately Brie gets arrested
Oh, that cunning Stephanie McMahon.
because Megan is pressing charges.
I didn't see this coming, and I kicked myself afterwards. It was kind of clever. It was a good.
It
They
was a
got
nice nod. It was a nice
they
nod.
got a they got a civilian in there. She got her way back. I want to know if Daniel Bryan went down and bailed Brie out, or if he stuck around for the end of the show like Stephanie's husband did.
No, I mean, like there's a lot of bookings that have to just get fingerprinted and photos. So like
Yeah.
he had plenty of time.
Yeah, I'm sure he had time to make himself a nice falafel sandwich and some sprout milkshake and
Yeah, I mean, like it was at least gonna be
maybe even bang his physical therapist again one more time before he went down there to get her.
like the long goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. She's on to us, but here, let me give you this. It's a
Right.
parting gift.
It's not even on to us. She knows.
True.
Like whatever. She's in jail right now.
That damn Stephanie McMahon.
So conniving.
Mm. Well, I hope they don't stink up the joint when they have a match on Sunday.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible.
I know.
Oh man, I'm kind of hoping that Brie does all of Daniel Bryan's moves.
I think that's what they're building up to is that Steph's gonna wrestle like Triple H, and Bree's gonna wrestle like Bryan, and it's gonna be probably horrible.
No, it's gonna be amazing. Now I actually want to see it because I'm hoping that Steph comes out wearing like the crown and like the King of Kings, and like Motorhead is writing a song for her right now. That would be amazing.
Oh shit, Matt, if that doesn't happen now, I'm gonna be so
I'm
disappointed.
gonna be so pissed if it doesn't. But
If
in my
she
head,
doesn't, if she doesn't come out as a cross between Red Sonja and Xena on Sunday, I'm gonna tear my TV down.
and she does the water bottle thing, and then like
Yeah.
in my head this is amazing. So like WWE, I know you're listening because you clearly listen to our show and you take our ideas and then work in the next week. Like this is what has to happen. Book the fight exactly like Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania.
Oh, I just want the entrance. Anything that happens after that'll be gravy.
Move for move. Move for move.
Like
Everything.
like a shot-for-shot remake of a movie, a move-for-move remake of their match.
That'd be incredible.
Oh
Oh my god.
All right. See, now I'm going to be disappointed no matter what happens now. Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right. So Dolph Ziggler faces Heath Slater. Heath Slater officially on a winning streak.
Look out. He's getting some pops, too. Getting a little chant going. And Slater Gator, baby.
He's not even part. He doesn't even need the Gator anymore.
Oh, he still needs the Gator.
No.
He needs some new entrance music is what he needs. We need to get rid of the three-man band music. It's making me sad.
Yeah, but like Heath Slater is actually on a winning streak, and so that gives me hope for Damian Sandow, where you're going to be a jobber for a year and a half, but you too can win by countout.
You too can win by Ms. Distraction.
So bad. It's so bad. But I love that Heath Slater is actually getting wins.
I
Because it's hilarious.
I kind of love everything about this. I mean, Dolph's actually got himself a storyline, which is good. Slater's getting some wins. I find heel Miz so entertaining. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I do. I'm jealous of his wardrobe. So, yeah, this was fine for me. There's actually an Intercontinental Championship feud. It's nice, I think.
No, because what's going to happen is it's not going to matter in the next in a month.
Well, that's true, yeah, but none of this will really, except for I don't know.
None of it matters. But speaking of not mattering, Sheamus faced Randy Orton.
This is why the Intercontinental Championship is free to have an interesting feud, because the United States Championship is the one that's disappearing from television and showing up to job. It was a okay match. I mean, but we've seen this match a lot, haven't we?
I think that if you go on the WWE Network and you search Randy Orton versus Sheamus, if you're able to search that term, it'll come up 150 times.
Second only to Randy Orton versus John Cena, which comes up 999 times.
Right, like this has been like there's like, Randy, we forgot to write a segment for you. Do you mind facing Sheamus again? And he's just like, oh.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought this was it was okay match. I don't really the yeah, the whole the shocking RKO spot at the end.
It's not shocking anymore.
No, and it doesn't look. I mean, it's just that guy was falling anyway, so Randy grabbed his neck and fell with him. It's not.
So frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Especially when it's Sheamus, because he. I mean, well, I guess he does. He goes up for what, like that forearm dive off the top, but it was not. It's ridiculous. And then I don't understand. How is this supposed to build? So this is just because Randy Orton can beat Sheamus, who hasn't even been on TV in a month. Now I'm supposed to be worried for Roman Reigns or something?
Right. That's exactly.
Okay. Well, at least it was a clean finish. We didn't get a whole lot of those tonight, so I guess I should be thankful for that.
And then Hulk Hogan's birthday party. Woo! Woo! Hulk Hogan's birthday party. That's up next. Johnny, you still there?
Am I still here? I don't know. People on the thing are saying they're seeing the CSS logo instead of my face. My camera light's still on.
That's weird. Hey, everybody. Can you see my face? Am I still pretty? I don't think I'm pretty, but I'm still around, I hope.
Yeah, Hogan's birthday party. Yay! They swerved me a little bit. I thought we weren't going to get anything cool, and then they gave it to us. So.
No, they didn't.
Well, that's true. They teased you for it. They made you want to pay for it on Sunday for $9.99 per month.
That was the entire.
I was impressed after the way Hogan botched his promos in the lead up to WrestleMania. He delivered a long one tonight without very many stumbles. So.
But all he kept saying is $9.99. It's like they've really got to stop this. They've really got to stop this, because I'm going to cancel my subscription based on the fact that they're just terrible.
You lie. You're not canceling your subscription on that.
I love it.
So were you excited to see the Hulkster?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Here's the thing. I hated Hulk Hogan growing up.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Wait, that sounded so like such an asshole way of responding to what I said. You're like, all right, good.
Well, I mean, I did. I mean, I'm not proud of the fact, but I mean, I'm old, as we've discussed on this podcast before. So like, for a lot of the people, I think for like most of our listeners, and for you the guys in their late 20s, early 30s, like you were a kid for the NWO and for like the Monday Night Wars. I was a kid for fucking rock and wrestling and Hulk Hogan. So I admit to uncontrollably smiling when Real American comes on. I can't help it. I'm not proud of it.
I was an Ultimate Warrior, Mark.
See, that was a little bit. That was like high school for me. So I was still watching, but I wasn't admitting it to people.
Fuck, how old are you?
I'm 41. I'll be 42 in October.
Christ.
I know, but I'm still pretty.
So you were watching Hulk Hogan.
This is the money maker.
You were watching Hulk. No one can see your face.
Oh, sorry. Well, if you could see it, I would be pointing at it and saying it's my money maker.
No one can see your face, Sean.
I don't know what the hell happened.
Damn it. You were watching Hulk Hogan during the AWA days.
That's not true. I was in Japan with him. What?
You were watching him pull off like flying.
Yeah, he was doing the axe, whatever it was called, the axe, double axe. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Hulk Hogan, he's my man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Yeah. Anyway,
sorry.
So a bunch of people come out, and it wasn't great. Jimmy Hart really needs to get F5'd. That's what they should have done with Bret.
Somebody needed it. Paul Orndorff's mustache maybe could have taken an F5. What happened to Paul Orndorff? Why does his mustache weigh more than the rest of his body? And where's Mr. Wonderful?
I don't know. I'm hoping that this is the cast of the next Legends House,
Well, it started with the Legends House reunion. You had Mean Gene and Jimmy Hart out there.
and Piper.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Piper didn't do anything. He just stood there.
Piper got shoulder thrusted by Brock Lesnar, and then straight up Brock Lesnar punked Ric Flair, and Ric Flair flinched. Like
That was awesome.
Flair was legitimately like terrified of Brock Lesnar.
He couldn't help himself. He was trying so hard not to, but he totally did a whole. Oh,
That was amazing. Best part of the segment. And then Scott Hall did a survey time, and that was good. He sounded surprisingly sober.
he did too. Yeah, I mean, I was of the people. I mean, they didn't let Flair talk, thank God.
Thank
But
God.
yeah,
Or Piper, because Piper is awful.
yeah. Piper's been a bit of a mess lately too. Yeah, everybody sounded pretty good. Hogan sounded good.
Hall sounded good.
Hall sounded really good. He looked. They moved around okay. I mean, they didn't have to do anything, but they didn't. I mean, we've seen Hall sometimes where he couldn't even get into the ring. So yeah.
I mean, Nash, he's still able to speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
Nash will be able to talk when he's dead, probably. I mean, he's he's just big sexy. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't teach that.
and then Hogan, where
Hogan
I
where?
didn't see that coming.
What? You blocked
Uh,
up on me. I don't know what our problem is, but we're having some sort of problem.
Whatever. Hogan was wearing an NWO shirt.
Oh, I know that was shocking.
I was hoping that they were gonna wreck everybody else in the ring and just spray paint them,
That would have been yeah.
like all these like double AARP guys.
Yeah. No, I would have been down with that. That would have been pretty cool. They could have revealed Brock Lesnar as the new member of NWO.
For life.
For
And
life.
then Lesnar comes down, and Heyman's there, and then John Cena comes down, and then Lesnar says bye.
He said, "Party's over, Grandpa." Yeah, I get a little. I mean, I'm disappointed we didn't get to see somebody take out F5. They should
Like
have had
that's the
somebody do it.
home show.
I mean,
This
they
was a
teased
go
it.
home show.
We didn't get anything physical. You have to pay for that if you want it. But I mean, I'm just jealous of Brock Lesnar, man. Jesus, what did he make this last month? 5 mil to show up twice and say 3 words and not touch anybody? God damn, that dude's got a good gig.
He has a great gig. He doesn't have to speak at all, and he just has to punch like straight up potato people.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that's what he's gonna do to Cena. He's gonna potato him
Yeah.
a couple of times.
I hope somebody better bleed on Sunday.
Like
Yeah,
bleed
that's
a lot.
so. I mean, the reason I can defend the closing segment is I'm sure it accomplished all of their goals. They wanted to sell the network. They got the nostalgia out there. Look, you can watch all of these greats from their glory days for $9.99. Then you get the main eventers for Sunday. They tease something, but they don't do it. If you want that, you got to pay for it. It makes sense. It was for how long the overrun was, it wasn't satisfying. I mean, I didn't want to sit through 15 minutes of fucking Hogan circle jerk, just to get to Lesnar's not even gonna punch anybody, but that's what we got. Who in there could have taken a bump? Because I don't know if any of them could have without dying. I guess Hart's
Jimmy
probably
Hart.
your best bet. Yeah.
Jimmy Hart, and that would have been that would have put on some heat.
But Hogan probably squashed that because it would look like he couldn't stick up for his friend anymore or something.
Yeah, but he can't.
Well, at least Hogan didn't flinch when Lesnar got in his face.
No, but he looked like he was about to just shit himself.
Well, that's what the Depends are for.
So bad. Like, this goes back to what we always talk about on the show. And like, granted, it sounds like we or at least it sounds like I don't like wrestling. Sean probably still likes it, but it sounds probably like I don't like wrestling. I get disappointed because I know that the WWE writers are actually decent writers, and I know this because every so often they do a really, really, really good show, like the one that we got after, what was it, Battleground?
Yeah, the night after the horrible Battleground pay-per-view, we got
Like,
a really good Raw. Yeah.
and that Raw was incredible. And so it's like, I know you could do this. Like, I know that you have capable people writing shows. I know you have capable producers that are just like sketching out how a match should work. Why can't you do this on a consistent basis every single week? And the thing is that if they did that, then I would be more inclined to, watch wrestling instead of Monday Night Football. And the problem is that when Monday Night Football starts, like, I don't know if I'm going to give a shit about wrestling. And like, Gino probably is in the same boat. Gino, I don't think is going to care about wrestling when Monday Night Football starts.
Not if the Bears are playing.
But like, if the Bears are playing, he's not going to be watching Raw. And I can tell you that unless they can consistently put together a show, it's just you have talented writers. So frustrating.
Well, that's like last week once I found out we weren't doing the show, I didn't watch. I went back to my beloved 90-minute Hulu version, and then the couple of things that they didn't include in that I wanted to see, like Sandow, I looked up on YouTube. I don't need to sit through. I mean, if it wasn't for this podcast, I wouldn't sit through this. I still enjoy wrestling, but I know I have to pick and choose. I know that whole the 6 hours of programming they produce on an average week is not all going to be for me. There's probably going to be about an hour out of that I'm going to really enjoy.
And the bummer is that what's actually really good is things like, oh, hey, main event. Main event's great.
It has been lately, yeah.
Like, and even when it had that little down, like, because it was great, then there was downtime, then it was great again. Like, even that little downtime, it existed outside of the current WWE universe.
Yeah.
Like how things, and so you were just able to do, hey, we're gonna have two matches tonight, and we're gonna give these people 20 minutes to work.
Yep.
And you're getting great matches because you have capable people.
And even if they're not great, they still tell a compelling story because they're given that time, and they don't have to worry about, well, I have to 50-50 book this, and I have to lose by distraction and then beat this guy up afterwards. Bullshit.
Like, it's okay to lose, especially on a go-home show. Like, you can look really weak in a go-home show,
right?
Because then the story in the pay-per-view is, am I going to be able to overcome it, or did something happen and I lost my mojo?
Right.
And both of those are compelling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
And both of those aren't even a pay-per-view is not the end of the story because this show never. I mean, it's the show that never ends.
No, that shit's been. They've been telling, like, this is a television show that has been going on since the early 80s.
It's the longest running episodic blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what else did you want to talk about, Matthew Roth?
So here's the thing. I'm going to give everybody an opportunity. If you don't want to listen to non-wrestling, you can leave. Because there's something that's been bothering me lately, and I don't know, a lot of, people like Doris who hates MMA, and a lot of you guys are strictly wrestling fans. I don't know if anybody's been keeping up with what's been going on with the fighter known as War Machine, a.k.a. John Copenhaver, and his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, Christy Mack. Seeing the people that have been talking about on Twitter, and also the commenters at my former home at MMA Mania. This isn't going to be Gino time because I can't do Gino time. But I am going to say this, is that it's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting that a man can claim that I love this woman and break her orbital and her jaw and her ribs, stab her a couple of times with a knife, to the point where she's looking at it that she's going to die. It's appalling that there's people that are commenting on Twitter and on websites saying that, oh, well, I can understand, she's a broken woman, she's a porn star. So and have you seen her scenes? She's into being degraded. If you are a sex worker, and I don't care how you define that term, if you define it as an escort, a porn star, the girl who does a cam show while to pay for college, the girl who does an amateur night at the strip club, however, the girl who works at Hooters, however you want to define the term sex worker, they are people, and they are human beings, and you don't get to call them whores. You don't get to call them sluts. You don't get to say that, oh, they deserved it. That's bullshit. You do not get to say that. Those people are humans. They are people. And the thing is, you're blaming the victim. You're blaming the person who is in the hospital, as opposed to the guy who is on the run from the cops because he tried murdering somebody. He tried, if we're according to her statement that she released today, he tried raping her. If you're going to defend that scumbag as opposed to the woman who is in the hospital with the broken orbital, the broken jaw, she can't give a statement to the cops because she can't fucking speak. If you think that that's okay to do that to somebody, fuck you. And I'm going to say this, if you follow me on some sort of, if you follow me on Twitter, if you follow my writing career, if you watch this show and you say, no, you know what, she deserved it, don't fucking watch the show anymore. Don't come to this website anymore. Fucking kill yourself. I don't care about you because you are a scumbag. That is a fucking person. And this is disgusting. It's disgusting that people are on MMA Mania, they're on Twitter, and all they're doing is saying, oh no, she deserved it. She had somebody over her house. No, you can act like a fucking person. You can act like an adult and just have a conversation. You don't have to beat people up. That is fucking disgusting, and if you think that that is okay, I pity you. I pity you, because you have such a skewed version of the world, you have such a skewed view of the world, that you think that that's how you handle your business. That's not being an alpha male. Like, people saying, oh no, he's a fighter, he's an alpha male, he's spending his time in the gym, he's an alpha male. No, an alpha male is somebody who sends flowers to his girl because she's having a bad day. An alpha male is somebody who takes his girlfriend out for fucking dinner just because he wants to spend time with her. That's what an alpha male does. War Machine, the fans, his people that are defending her, that are defending him, you're all scumbags. That's not alpha male shit. That's fucking beta male shit. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Deal with it.